Worried your credit score will affect your car payment? It probably will, but here's why, what you can do about it, and why it's not forever. This is that little 3-digit number many of us are so familiar with but don't always understand. It's based on payment history, credit utilization, length of credit history, credit mix, and new credit inquiries. Lenders will use that number and your credit profile to assess risk when determining whether they can offer you a loan and the structure of that loan. Typically, better credit yields more favorable terms, including a lower interest rate. Conversely, a lower credit rating is often tied to higher rates because they see that as a higher risk, so they charge more to protect themselves against that risk. Even small differences in credit scores can mean significant rate differences, but this can vary by lender. For example, a $25,000 loan at 6% interest versus the same loan at 10% interest can show a real difference in the monthly payment and in total cost of that loan since interest accrues over the life of a loan. A score will range between 300 to 850, with each tier qualifying for different rates. Excellent scores are 740 and above. Good scores fall between about 670 and 740. Fair scores range from 580 to about 670, and anything below 580 is considered poor. But even if you fall into a lower range, that doesn't automatically disqualify you from getting a car. If you want to give yourself the best chance of getting a loan with a fair rate, there are some things you can do beforehand. Paying your bills on time and reducing credit card balances are the two biggest driving factors in that score. Additionally, you don't want to apply for any new credit right before car shopping. And it's always a good idea to keep tabs on your credit report and dispute any errors immediately. Ideally, give yourself 3 to 6 months, if you can, to let these changes take effect before you start shopping for a car. You may still be able to buy a car, but you might need to meet certain requirements. That could mean a higher down payment, a cosigner, or both. It depends on your situation. Your rate may still be higher, but it's workable enough to get you into a new vehicle. Once you have that loan, focus on making on-time payments. This will improve your credit over time. Russ Darrow works with multiple lenders who handle various credit situations. So whether your credit is impeccable or you're rebuilding it, we have options and will do everything we can to get you the car you need. Let us work with you and for you. Improving your credit is an ongoing task, and the more diligent you are, the better it gets. Once your credit improves, you may be able to refinance and even get the cosigner off the hook, which is why we often mention it as an option later. Remember, that interest rate isn't forever. Your credit score affects your rate today, but it doesn't define your financial future. Improve where you can, and remember, there are always options.